What's a Warriors? Another day, another music reaction. We have another Buy Me a Coffee request by Lil M. Lol, you requested that we react to Aurora's A Soul with No King. I have no idea whether this is going to have a religious connotation or not, so let's brace ourselves and see what Aurora has for us in store today. Sounds very Arabian. For some reason, maybe even Spanish-ish. This instrument.
I know you know me, and you always will. Like a man with no wisdom, and a soul with no king. I know you fear me, your heart unfulfilled.
Oh, there's the instrument. What is this called again? You guys need to help me. But it's definitely very traditional name.
But if this is what you want, why speak of right and wrong? You still going for the kill. You speak of the devil like he's not your friend. When the world starts to burn, give your water to him. When the world starts to burn, give your water to him.
One, he's a total nerd. I can see, but he's so good. And like, you guys just please have to tell me what is this instrument called again. Um, like I'm connecting it to various scenarios or environments where I've heard it play before, and one was a Spanish series that I've watched, so they use this instrument, but then also in Hawaii. So the more traditional Hawaiian folk also has an instrument similar to this. Lilo and Stitch is coming to mind. So you guys, please help. But I do love this. I love this sound, and it's. I'm glad that they didn't use instruments that's going to be super overpowering and too much. Like Aurora is already moving around a lot in this music video. So you guys know how I feel by now. If there's a sad-ish song, then your body language kind of need to match what you're singing about. That is my personal preference. Just because I am visual, so I read body language and then I connect it to what people. I think it's the one reason why I struggle to trust people is if your body language does not match what you are saying. So I'll completely scrape what it is that you're saying, and I'll only read and focus on your body language, especially if it does not say the same thing. And I think I do the exact same with music. So for Aurora, it's no secret. We've established in the past, I don't always, I really struggle to connect with music where the words are just not saying the same thing as the music or the rhythm. But in this case, it's strange because I find the keyboard is very subtle, it's very slow, it's very deep. It gives a like a heavy feeling to the lyrics. And in the beginning, this instrument, I don't think it's a banjo. I don't want to call it a banjo. It doesn't look like a banjo. It's small, right? Um, so whatever this instrument is, in the beginning it was stunning. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. But now later on in the song, where I can actually feel the weight of the lyrics, I'm like, why is this instrument still so, why is the beat so fast? And then she dances to the beat. I'm like, it just completely confaculates me. So um yeah, so for up until now, I don't think the song is really religious. I don't think so. I think the soul with no king is more, to me, the king part, I'm associating it with purpose. Obviously, if a person doesn't have a purpose, then you're very conflicted in life. You don't, you drift. It's like a ship on the ocean. If you have no direction, then you just kind of drift. There's the word. You just drift at sea. And the same is with a human. If you don't have any purpose, you just drift through life. So yeah, I kind of think this is where the song is heading, but let's continue and see. I'm going to restart this bit where she pulls out those Norwegian style um, calls, basically.
Starts to burn, give your water to him. When the world starts to burn, give your water to
Oh, there's a looper, I think.
Nothing will ever change, no guilt, no shame. Call out my name when you need me again. If you know who I am, why won't you call my name? You know who I am, then why won't you call my name? You know who I am, why won't you call my name?
This verse confuses me. It makes me think maybe it is religious. Like, who's the name that she needs to call? Who's she impersonating? Huh. Yeah, I'm a bit conflicted now because in the first verses, I definitely associated it with purpose. But now the last verse, king, I mean, surely she's not religious, right? She's spiritual. I think I've read in you guys' comments that she's only spiritual. So who would the king be? I think I want to stick to my original theory. Let's shall we pull up the lyrics and then just read it again and just make sure? I know you know me, and you always will, like a man with no wisdom and a soul with no king. A soul with no king. I know you feel me, your heart unfulfilled, like a world with no mother and a home never built. But if this is what you want, why speak of right and wrong? You will go in for the kill. You speak of the devil like he's not your friend. When the world starts to burn, give the water to him. Call my name, call my name. Nothing will ever change. No guilt, no shame. Call out my name when you need me again. Nothing will ever change. No guilt, no shame. Call out my name when you need me again. If you know who I am, why won't you call my name? If you know who I am, why won't you call my name? You know who I am, why won't you call my name? I am so confused. Like there's definitely something lacking, which is why I kind of thought a soul with no purpose. Because then you kind of, when you have no purpose and you start drifting, then you also tend to not really tell the difference between right and wrong, and you just start doing things impulsively. Um, your heart is unfulfilled. Yes, I mean, that's human nature. Like a world with no mother and a home never built. Yes. Then you speak of the devil like he's not your friend. When the world starts to burn, give him water. See, this is what confuses me. And then this last bit as well. The name calling. I have no idea. Let's see if there's anything about here. So Aurora speaks about a soul with no king during her live concert in Kingston at Prism. I feel like our souls are lost, and I feel like our souls don't know what to do. We haven't given them any value, and we haven't given them any hold or home. And I feel like we really need to prove to our soul that we're its ruler. Hold on. How do you want to rule your soul? Like ultimately, your soul is your consciousness. That is, we kind of being ruled by our soul. That's my stance. That is my opinion. If you guys disagree, I mean, surely, okay, so maybe some might think that the brain, the consciousness is separate from the soul. That would be an interesting theory. If you guys have any knowledge around that, please share. You guys know I like to learn. Oh, so and I feel like we really need to prove to our soul that we're its ruler and we'd hear it and we will guide it by being just decent, empathetic, good human beings. You see, so I personally believe the opposite. I believe our soul is what dictates because soul equals to character, equals to everything is embedded in the soul. It's the energy within the soul. Like all of this is just a meat suit. It's just it's this is we're going to leave this behind the day we die. And we came into this world without the meat suit. We came in as energy, as a consciousness. But anyways, let's continue reading. So, and I think about what's happening in Palestine a lot when I sing the song because I don't understand how in modern times like this, that we can disagree on whether something so heartbreaking is wrong or not. I don't understand. Okay. Tell me what you guys think. What is your theory? What does the song mean to you? Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Lol. Thank you very much for your request. I'm glad that I finally got to it. I know it's been a while. You know, my list has been growing endlessly. Yeah, and in the beginning we got a lot of Aurora requests, so I had to split them out a bit and make sure we don't just do 10 Aurora reactions in a single month. So I'm sorry if it took a bit long, but yeah, we finally got to it. So I will check you guys in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.